Hey guys, Chris Chavez here from ChavezCreative Company. I hope you're having a wonderful, wonderful week. It's a nice sunny day here in Seattle, and it's very rare, but I'm enjoying the sun actually. It's kind of weird. And the question I have for you today is, what inspires you? So as a business, you are creating content to help promote the things that you do, and you get inspiration from all kinds of things. Books, movies, even music will inspire you in some way. But it's how we project that inspiration into our marketing efforts that's gonna help get our brand noticed, to get our brand voice heard. And what we're honestly trying to do when we're promoting our business is to provoke emotion. You know what I mean? It's to try to get some kind of emotional response so that your audience can have some kind of action, that they can pay for a service that you have or check out a product that they really think is gonna benefit their lives. But the main question of today is, how do you market inspiration? Inspiration, like I said, comes from everywhere. But what is the secret sauce within inspiration? What is it that is a part of your marketing campaign that's going to actually work, that's going to drive those eyes, those leads, eventually that will, go into sales? What is going to happen within all of that? That is what we're talking about today. But before we dive into this, guys, if this is your first time visiting my channel, I would greatly appreciate it if you would hit that like, subscribe, notification bell so you can be notified of all things as I create them, because I truly enjoy making these videos for you guys, and I hope what I'm sharing is helping you in some shape, way, or form in your business. Okay, so the first point that we're gonna talk about is using personal experiences to help get your point across. So personal experiences help in providing a more relatable tone, a more relatable message to whatever it is that you are plugging, to whatever it is that you're sharing with your audience. And what Personable Stories does, it helps shadow the perception of salesman, of being someone that's just strictly all about the sales, nothing else, just the sales. You want your audience to understand you. You want them to look at you like they're a family member, because that's going to bring that loyalty to your business, loyalty to your brand. And you are the face of that business whenever you're promoting something on camera. So why not tell personable stories? Use something from your own life that reflects the things that you're selling, because that's exactly what that's gonna do. It's gonna be like, oh my gosh, I have the same kind of story. This is awesome. And that gives you something to talk about, breaking that ice when you actually meet that person for the first time. And there's that connection, and then everything goes from there. Number two, and this is a big one for me, humor. Humor is shareable content, and you want your content to be shareable. Providing humor in your marketing content will definitely help it stand out from the rest. Good humor is inherently memorable. I mean, humor is so inspiring, because yet again, this whole thing is about inspiration. It's something that will stick into your mind. You remember a good joke, you can repeat the good joke. Same thing goes for humor into your content. A good example of this is Match.com's amazing ad where Satan meets 2020. In that ad, Satan talks about his troubles and issues of him trying to find a date, someone that understands him, someone that understands who he is as a demon. And in a wonderful turn of events, the only person that's a match for him is 2020, and that's right, 2020 is comprised into one person, and it is hilarious. So why does this ad work? How does the humor in this ad help you to remember Match.com? The first thing it does, it promotes the business's use in a very easy way to find a match. And with something like Match.com, you want the functionality to seem very easy. You want them to know that, listen, you just put your profile up and we'll find a match for you, guaranteed. Even Satan can find a match. And how they added a personal experience within this ad is with the year 2020. It's when COVID started. And so they interjected everything that went along with that. The hordes of toilet paper, they added that in the ad. Movie theaters being closed, they show themselves in a movie theater. So they use all these personal experiences that not just one person had, but everyone in the world went through at the same time, and they put it in this perfectly placed ad. So from that point on, whenever you see Match.com, you're gonna think of that commercial, you're gonna think of the humor and how clever it was. And what is that gonna do if you're a single person looking for someone? You're like, well, that ad was really great. I've never been to Match.com. Let's just check it out and see what happens. and it starts there. So the inspiration in that case is going to be the humor. So humor is a very huge, like I said, it's a very huge key element when it comes to your content. And number 3, guys, is music. Music is the missing puzzle piece that ties everything together within your content. So I did do an episode solely on music, on how music can make and break your videos. Check that out if you haven't had a chance. But music is such a huge factor in my mind because I'm very attuned and very emotional when it comes to music. I love music. I listen to music all the time. To me, music and humor are insanely inspirational, and it gets me going in the things that I'm creating. And like I said, music is very inspirational. Think about it, how they use music in feature films. If it's a drama, it's going to be something that's gonna, kind of keep your interest and keep the flow of the dramatic scenes going. If it's a horror movie, it's going to be very suspenseful. It's going to keep you on the edge of your seat, and it's going to do these little effects, these little jump scares to kind of emphasize what's going on screen. If it's a romantic comedy, it's going to be lighthearted, it's going to be bubbly, it's going to be funny. And it's these things that are going to highlight what you're doing, not take away. Because like I said, it is the missing puzzle piece to your content. So think about the same Match.com ad that we talked about with Satan in 2020. The music that they chose for that ad is Taylor Swift's Love Story. It's a fun, lighthearted song that goes perfectly with Match.com, because what is Match.com? It's to help you find a date. It's to help you find, hopefully, your future husband or wife. Now, if that agency, which by the way, Ryan Reynolds' marketing agency, Maximum Effort, created that ad. So their brand, we'll get to that in a second. But instead of using Taylor Swift, they use some like Pantera or like AC/DC, you wouldn't get the same effect of like, it's love, right? It doesn't matter who you are, Satan 2020, you're gonna fall in love with someone. And here's some music that's going to help you find that person. And honestly, guys, there are a ton of other examples that we could talk about, but those are the 3 that I kind of wanted to dive into. Now, with Ryan Reynolds, so his production company, Maximum Effort, their niche, their inspirational kind of tone is comedy. And it's Ryan Reynolds. You don't expect anything else. And that's what makes them so successful. I mean, obviously because, has the name Ryan Reynolds, the brand Ryan Reynolds is attached to it, but humor in their case is so inspirational. Think about Aviation Gin, right? So even if you like gin or don't like gin, those ads are so memorable because they're hilarious, they're over the top, they don't take the brand seriously. And that's what will drive you in. That's what drove me into trying Aviation Gin. So whatever is inspirational to you, grab it, dissect it, and implement it into your marketing campaigns. So honestly, the answer to the question of how do you market inspiration, it all relies simply on what makes sense for your business. You can highlight inspiration, use inspiration as a massive selling tool, use humor, use really good music, use whatever you need to, because that's where inspiration comes from. It comes from you, it comes from your imagination. It comes from what you think fits and feels perfect with your brand. Hey guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me, and I hope this was an inspirational episode. Had to say it. And thank you guys, and until next time, believe in you, believe in what you can do, create, inspire, and repeat.